Welcome back, MTG Joe here. Today we're going to be trying out a artifact aggro list, Boros colors red, white in standard. I believe the original kind of idea deck list came from Croquis, but pulled this list off untapped. It has about a 57% win rate in best of one. So basically the core of the deck itself, you have a bunch of artifacts that cheap cards, so like Portable Holes removal, Rabid Battery as a way to reconfigure, give any of your creatures haste. It itself is a 1/1 with haste. You have Reinforced Ronin, which can kind of just haste from your hand each turn, returns to hand, and in a pinch you can channel it. We have Voltaic Surge, 1 mana, deal 2 to target creature or planeswalkers, or you can sack an artifact to deal 4. You have Iron Apprentice, 1 mana, 1/1. When it dies, if it had counters on it, you get to redistribute those counters. So you can kind of use it as almost a combat trick with these two. Ingenious Smith basically can tutor, or like pseudo card advantage. You kind of get it in play, you can put an artifact from the top 4 into your hand, and then whenever you cast another artifact it gets bigger. Similarly with the Patchwork Automaton, 2 mana, 1/1, and with Ward 2, and whenever you cast an artifact you put counters on it. So these two get bigger, and then you could give them evasion with Maul the Skyclaves, or Angel Fire Ignition to kind of close out the game. Because we have so many cheap spells, Showdown of the Skulls, card advantage, and more pump, and then a copy of Amirius Call, in addition to a bunch of creature lands paired into it. So I'm hovering like close to top 1200, or like in the 700s Mythic. So I'm just going to play this in an event because I don't want to be testing out new decks right now when I'm so close to the end of the season. Just don't want to tank the rank. So standard event, we'll give this a go here. See how it plays out. Usually I'll play any type of deck up to like the last 24-48 hours of a season, and then I will just kind of stick to tried and true decks. We can play these events. They give you at least some sort of stakes as opposed to the play queue where folks will just concede. We'll see how this goes. As always, if you do enjoy the content on the channel, if you can, drop a like, comment, and if you haven't done so already, consider subscribing. We do a bunch of meta videos in addition to standard content, as well as historic. Probably taking a break from alchemy until the new cards come out. So this hand looks pretty good. We can do battery on 1 into Ingenious Smith. That lets us get in a point. Smith comes down. And then we can kind of go from there. If we look at pips, pretty even across the board. So this looks like blue-white control potentially. Yikes. Spin and whiff. Okay, so with the Revelry, I think we're just going to go Angel Fire. We have a couple options actually. So I can make this bigger. So we're going to do this. I want to save this for when it's bigger. I could equip here. Can also Voltaic Scourge. I think this turn we're just going to do this. If they have a sweeper, they have a sweeper, but Revelry is a little annoying. So I think we're going to equip here. It outputs the same damage, but in the event of a sweeper or removal spell, I'm left with the battery. So now next turn, if we hit a land, 1 mana Investigate. If this was cast from the graveyard, Investigate twice. So they paid 3 mana to draw a card. Cool. So I'm going to distribute like this. Again, just protecting around. Kind of annoying. But opting to loot there, no lesson, which is interesting. Okay, so that could be Doomscar. So we're going to reconfigure here. Pushes through one more point of damage. And now with this Rabid Battery, it'll just allow us to like whatever creature we get. We're missing the second white here, which is a little annoying. But I think here we're just going to fire up. That's fine. They have to use Absence there. Okay, that's annoying, but still got him. I can't tell if opponent was just like unlucky or if blue was just a light splash, but between Fading Hope on one and that other study card, we'll take it. Nice aggressive start. And that game there is really just patience around playing around sweepers. So when you're playing against control, you don't want to overcommit. By that game, we showed moving the enchantment around. We don't have white. But I think this hand's largely okay. Because I can just, so I can cast this, play the Ronin, play this, and then we cast Ronin, which triggers the Patchwork. So kind of each turn this comes down. We also in a pinch can channel this. Don't love Shocking. I'd usually like to keep this as a spell, but next turn we can play out both of these. Ideally draw a white source and then trigger all three. It's probably the Auras deck out of the opponent. Scry, gain 2, and then you get a first striker. Tad annoying here. We do hit him for 5. Again, just a white source really opens his hand up. We can throw a Maul. We can play out both of these. Don't know how aggressively, or this might be a control deck. This isn't typically played in the Auras deck. It's usually either the Pump one or the Fetch a Land in Jajo, or whatever it's called. $22 lands, 43% of our deck still. 2, 4, with our luck, we're gonna hit Cave of the Frost Giant. Okay, so we have announcements here. I mean, we're gonna keep doing it. Angel Fire Ignition could trump through some of this damage. They do have the first striker now. Hey, finally. So we have Automaton. Could just play out Apprentice here. So I'm doing this. I can put the counters here because I can maul next turn. I don't want to go all in on this in case they can pay the ward. Haha! Now I kind of feel dumb not doing that. I think at this point it's worth it. If we hit another land, it's not bad. So play this. I can't get to 12, but 9 with lifelink. Then next turn, we have the option to showdown. I can maul here. Gotta just hope they don't have another borrowed time, which they do, and now I'm dead. Yeah, we just have to hope they missed a turn. We missed line too many turns there. Like, we came pretty close, but even if we move the other counter, wasn't going to make much difference. Opponent just sequenced poorly. I found largely these, like, into the aggro mirrors, the enchantment deck just with the lifelink tends to kick ass. Alright. Go battery. Ward's super relevant here. I do want to put this on white, which is a little awkward. There's Mari Pledgemate. So I do this. Can move the counter here. I can also just channel this. I think we just pass. Next turn I can equip and kind of go to town there. 3/3 is kind of relevant here. They could have like Fading Hope. Only thing that kind of gets me. I think I'm interested though probably to... Well, I guess we cast Ronin. And then I can channel it at the end of turn. If we don't hit a land. You might just want to preemptively do that though. Try to hit the line so we can showdown. Or just be professional at it. I think I want to do that next turn when we can start playing stuff off it. Or if we can just get rid of the Pride Mage, push through some damage. The thing is, like, I don't know what the opponent's on. So it's hard to necessarily make an informed. Just get this patchwork. The ward's showing to be super relevant here, with Demon Bolt just not being able to hit. What the hell is this? Whenever it attacks, the next instant or sorcery, where X's power as this ability resolves. Exile you. Now we kind of go to town. Like, they could spend most of their effort this turn to kill this patchwork, but then I can get this Ingenious Smith. What do you do? So, not sure why it's making me auto tap like that. To you. Kill you. Ward 2. Busted keyword. It's not really a known deck by any means. It's kind of hit or miss with these. You either get folks that play these really beginner style decks, or you get folks that are playing tier 1. What we're playing, probably tier 2, 3. Alright. Fancy lands. I think it's worth killing the battery here. P-hole. Nice, we can go Skyclave hopefully, let them tap out. Hoping to dodge it for the turn, but we'll see. Probably just showdown the following turn. Part of the problem is any creature they cast now gets haste. It's actually a fantastic draw. Let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of you. Next turn I showdown, and then I can play the land and whatever I hit off it. Like the 1-drop heavy version. Next turn this does come in as a 3/3 with haste. This Angel Fire, if we can set it up, will be nice. I'm gonna hold this back just in case we need to value our life total. I could showdown again next turn, but we're taking quite a chunk of damage. Royal Eruption. Just not seeing any creatures, which is kind of wild. So I think we go Ingenious Smith. And then just take damage one more time, or actually this is probably the safest. They don't have enough mana to kick a royal. First strike lets me block. Next turn I can set up a lot of damage. Might have stabilized here. So do this, counters, counters. Giant Ingenious. Opponent was on 28 1-drops and some Royal Eruptions. Against that deck, if we can get to like 4 toughness, we're usually okay. Like, they had the Rabid Battery, but it might have been right for them to just push the damage with Ronin. They didn't get the continual pump, but they had us at a good pressure. We also just didn't see many creatures. Hand looks good. I think we decide what we want to play first. Let's go Apprentice here. That's fine. If they're gonna Fading Hope like my 1-drop, that doesn't really do much. It's okay. This could be... Okay, Patchwork is going to be good in this matchup. This could be Hinata. If so... We do have 4 damage here. I would imagine Hinata, if they are a Draconic Intervention deck, a Freet Spell. Okay, so they're trying to do Free Spell Shenanigan. So here... I do this. I do this. Hit you for... Does this only trigger once per turn? Ah. Good to know. Next turn I can do both of these. Okay, so they have another Freet. Deals combat damage to a player. You may cast target instant or sorcery from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. So think what we're doing is this. This has double strike. Hope they don't have fading hope. Them having double of free in their top 11 was pretty good. Yeah. We had to take a chance there. If they're on a Prismari deck, then like I can't do much. They're gonna make my Opus me here, I'm dead. We missed line drop. I needed to play out a couple, but even with that, they had the shock plus the shatter, so I was dead in any case. Just an unfortunate kind of... We had the answer for one. It's not really a card that's played much. 4-mana spell that doesn't do much the turn it comes down. They can accelerate into it, but still not great. Hand looks decent. I'm gonna lead on battery. Because next turn I can apprentice, equipped apprentice, still get in for 2 damage. That was the downside of doing that line, but again, we're doing this because if they have removal, it leaves us a body behind. It's an interesting turn. I think we maul here. And then hit them with the Angel Fire next turn. So if they have white mana into Circle, I think they get to exile both. First trigger goes on the stack, but it resolves and then they choose a target, or do they have to choose targets? That I don't know. Give you haste. Again, just splitting my threats. They won't have it for ward. Guess they can pay 2 here, so they can take the maul off. But here, so let's see how much damage I could push. So I think we Ingenious Smith. Portable hole here. Move that over. Just put this back on Patchwork. It's harder for them to kill. And they're dead. Glorious Sunrise doesn't do anything. Creature lands are good. So a bit of a recovery there. So we've made our entry fee back. We need to go 3-0 for the 7-win dream. Kind of looks decent. We're gonna have to shock in most likely on 2 for this. Against a potentially aggressive deck, I don't love having to do that, but it will do. I'm going to hold on to this because this gets us to 3, potentially 4 toughness. That can hit that in a pinch if needed as well. You take 2 to crew, you can hit me for 4. But I can gain the life the following turn. I think we're in race mode. The Harvester is a bit scary. Because it's twice the amount. So we're probably gonna have to kill the Harvester. That goes to 6. Oh, they eat the treasure. This gets minus XX. Where X is twice the number. So I can do this. Puts me to 6. That's only 4, so we're okay. I guess I could have held back here, because now I can't block Skorupi, but there is a chance they can kill this. That helps with the race, though. Not having like double red's been a little unfortunate. Free block here. Could have removal. Needs to be black-based removal, so another Blood Tithe. Cool. And you're dead. We done here? We're done here. So that game got a little messed up on our mana colors, but we were able to push through. Opponent had a okay aggressive deck, approach. I think they needed to hold the blood tokens for removal with the Blood Tithe. The turn, like us scaling and having an evasive threat. I don't know if they anticipated the lifelink out of us. Go rabbit, go rabbit, go. Very easy with this deck. You see Rabbit on one, you keep. Smith on two. Hopefully draw a land, which we did. Patchwork. Patchwork equips Patchwork. Haha! They can't meat hook this turn. They might be on Farewell, which would suck. Can't do much against that. I can do this. I think we're just doing this. Push through some damage. I usually like doing Showdown on the following turn, like turn 5, just to get some value. They can't Farewell next turn, they can block, they can Doomscar, but they just did. Hasty, hasty rabbits. Alright, boss battle. 7 wins or 3 losses, what will it be? Control decks using meat or wedding announcement just to buy them 3 turns of blocks. Just pick them off. I think we keep. So a little bit of a trick. This can trigger this. It does count as an artifact, so holding it for later is beneficial. So there is a Boros, mostly mono white splash like this, and like Showdown in the side list going around. This might be what we're facing. Yeah, with Thalia. Paladino class, or Portable Hull. We'll take a Patchwork. 3/2 First Striker is nothing to laugh at. Curve is quite scary. That curve is quite scary. So here do this. So there's kind of a cheeky way for us to block depending on how they attack. So you can block like one of these and then it gets you the first strike. I think we just need to take this damage. It's a bit tricky. I think we gotta take it. So they wisely... Oh, because this gets exiled, so I don't even get the counter. That's worth noting. So I could gain more life, but this is harder to kill because of ward. Four versus 5. I mean, we're probably dead if they have thing anyways. If they have Skyclave or the werewolf, we're probably dead. No blocks here. Just gonna keep Angel Fire Ignition. Hopeful Initiate can blow up one of our things. That's 7 coming through. Take it. So 3. All right, well, I'll do it again. They need to soak up some damage here. This has been like such a funny game. It's literally my Angel Fire Ignitions versus a pretty terrifying board. It's literally just like hoping to dodge removal. So we'll go to 11, could start eating some stuff. So they could gain 5 there if they want, gain 6. Okay, so that's 4, 6, 10, 19. So I need to block. That's 8, 10, 13. Got there! Angel Fire Ignition coming in clutch. Alright, sweet. 7 wins. Got there. Let's see what our amazing prizes are. I've now gotten 6 of these. So, I didn't have that. Love how it always says new. It's really annoying because those hallowed things, I crafted like 4 of them for the enchantment decks because I never opened one, and then as soon as I did, I just got them in all the rewards, which was really frustrating. But the deck got 7 wins, pretty sweet overall. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll catch you next time.